an audio-only recording of an exercise session for Vision of Adventure. This recording is supported by Disability Rights UK. A cycle session led by Kath Finn. Please note that you'll need some form of stationary bike with controllable resistance for this session.
So we'll go for 5 minutes easy so we can chat away. Go on, Liz, what you got for dinner tonight?
We've got sausage casserole.
Ooh!
What you got?
Sounds nice and warming. We've got chilli and rice, which is definitely nice and warming.
Yeah, I've got jacket spud and got lots of beans in it.
Yeah, it's got
Cannellini beans
in it.
Yeah, and vegetables. Like a one pot thing, so.
Yeah, that sounds lovely. What about you, Jill?
I've got spinach and paneer curry left over.
Ooh!
Very nice.
It's not bad.
It sounds... I'm not very good at vegetarian cooking, but I like eating vegetarian food.
Yeah.
It's all a bit... It just seems more difficult because I don't do it because I'm not vegetarian. You know, I can have a bit of chicken breast and go, well, that goes in the oven with a bit of bacon on and it's done, or I chop it up and...
It's a bit more fun and a bit more chopping of veggies than we normally do.
Yeah, a bit more fuss, but we've got 2 vegetarians coming to stay just after Christmas, so I'm going to be testing.
Repertoire.
Yeah. Well, I have a repertoire of 3 vegetarian recipes, which are all, I think, quite nice, but I've fed them all to one of them already.
Oh.
So my daughter's coming to the rescue. She's going to bring a veggie cookbook.
Yeah.
And she's quite good.
I like Jamie. I've been watching Jamie Oliver on an afternoon. It's been quite good. His cooks Christmas stuff's quite good.
Needless to say, our Christmas will not be vegetarian.
No, as well.
And my son's the chef, and he says if anybody's vegetarian, they can eat the vegetables because he's not doing anything else.
Are you having a turkey then, or do you have something else?
I love turkey.
Yeah.
But he's going to crown it, I think, and joint it, and then he'll do the crown.
Yeah.
What about you, Jill? What do you have Christmas?
I have already made lentil and cranberry roast.
Oh, nice.
Really rather nice.
Yeah.
With all the usual, roasties, and I've been banned from making Brussels sprouts. So parsnips, I think it is.
Parsnips are really nice. I'd go parsnips.
Yeah, I like parsnips.
I think Brussels sprouts is...
You can get the maple syrup out.
Oh, yes.
What's for pudding?
Oh, Christmas food. I bought one. I cheated.
All right.
Christmas pud. I made one. In fact, I made 3 at the same time, so that's it for the next 8 years. Sorted.
Oh yeah, after about 3 years, they're just gorgeous now.
Now they should last forever, I think. So my next 3 Christmases are sorted on that score. Hopefully. So we're coming up. We've got 1 more minute at this, and then we're going to increase intensity for 8 minutes, but we're going to do it in 4 2-minute blocks. So I'll tell you at the end of every 2 minutes, so you know to increase your resistance or put your power up or whatever you need to do on your machine. And then by the time you get to the end of that time, you should be at about perceived rate of effort about 7. So you shouldn't be able to have a lovely conversation about Christmas food. It should be like gasps in between words, that type of level of exertion. So you should build to working reasonably hard. So we've got just another 20 seconds. Well, Jill looks like she's going to check whether I'll get my timings right. Always dodgy.
No, I was just wondering if my wrist Garmin was picking up my parameter.
Oh.
Chucking the heart rate monitor away because that just seems to not work on anything at the minute.
Oh, okay, so you're starting your first block of 2 minutes now, so you probably need slightly higher resistance than you've had for a 5-minute easy spin. Yeah, I hate changing technology. I had to get a new watch, which I'm sure is much more flashy than my very old one, but it does things that I don't like. And
I get little cheers every now and again. It says I've hit my targets. It doesn't tell me what my targets are. You know, so.
Mine tells me
Yay!
what workouts I should do, and I'm like, no, I'm not listening to you. You're a what? Get off.
Okay, that's no, just no.
What make is it? Is it an Apple one or a
It's a Garmin.
Garmin?
It's a Garmin one, supposedly to give you the data so you can do tries off it.
Right.
And get your transition times and your swim rate.
Oh, right.
And that
Okay.
stuff. But it doesn't put your heart rate, your cadence, and your power all onto one screen, which is what I generally ride with, which is really annoying. It doesn't show your power that you do in laps, which is also really irritating. And I could get all of that on my old one. But and it also doesn't clip off my wrist, and it used to have something I could clip it off my wrist and clip it onto a holder on my bike, so I could just swap it. Obviously it doesn't do that anymore because that's a really good design feature, so they've designed it and
Do you swim with it?
yeah, I do swim with it. 10 seconds until you should be going up again. Okay, should be up a bit more now. Is it working, Jill? Is it still dodgy?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I couldn't remember what I connected to what was the thing. I don't often use it on the bike.
Yeah, Liz, I use it swimming and it's good for distance in a pool. I haven't used it
Oh, right.
outside yet. And it must show me some other metrics, but at the minute I'm mainly trying to do technique, so I'm not too worried. But it hardly ever, I don't know one that's really accurate for heart rate in a pool, so just don't worry about it.
Is it visually impaired proof or not really? Do you download it to your phone or?
It does download onto Garmin Connect, which is on my phone as an app.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether it's visually impaired friendly or not. I don't really know what you need to make it like that.
A voiceover thing on it, but keep meaning to get an Apple Watch, but so expensive.
Yeah, I know Apple Watches do that. Steve Bateman's got an Apple, hasn't he?
I do, yeah.
And it's so fast when it's
yeah, a lot of them have them really fast, yeah. They say they're the best though, but treat myself. Keep saying that.
Well, it must. I'm guessing it would make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Because does your computer speak emails and things to you?
Yes. Yeah. Phone and that, yeah.
Yeah.
iPad.
Wow. You've got another 10 seconds until you go up again. Okay. You're now in your third, so you should be kind of starting to feel like you're working a bit harder. Your cadence is picking up and being a bit easier. You should be beginning to feel vaguely warm and possibly even puffing just a little bit. Yeah. Looks like it might be working.
Yep.
Excellent. That's good. You've got another minute here though, and then you've got your last 2 minutes. Another half a minute. I wear a beeper in my hat sometimes swimming, Liz.
Oh yeah, I've read about those. Yeah,
which tells me how fast I'm not going.
yeah. What are they called?
Tempo true.
Tempo. Yeah.
But
There's some
everyone,
new thing with goggles, though, isn't there? You can put in your goggles as well.
yes, and on glasses you can get your speed and stuff to come up in like the
Yeah.
corner of your eyes. But I don't know anyone who uses that. I don't know if Jill
Really?
does. I think it would just be quite frustrating for me.
Yeah.
And very distracting. I'm not very good mentally swimming. If I know I'm going slower than I should be, I kind of lose the plot. I'm a lot better off not worrying about it and just swimming.
Yeah. I just count everything.
I didn't even used to be able to do that. I had to have elastic bands on one wrist and then I crossed them over every time I'd done 50 meters because I couldn't count more than about 4 without forgetting. That's got a bit better.
The boiler had broken at the pool today, so it was a bit colder than normal. It was all
But
right,
they
though.
still
It's like
let you
being in
in.
a lake. Sorry?
But they still let you in, they didn't close it.
Yeah, they had one boiler going and one
Right.
not. So they weren't allowing kids in.
Right. So this is a double exercise day. Well done.
Tuesdays is my main day. I do lots.
Right.
I've been to the gym as well on a Tuesday.
Oh, what
We
a
did
way
12
to
days
be.
of Christmas.
Wow.
Which is quite
Remember
fun.
the last step up, Kath? That last 30 seconds seems really long.
Yeah, I think I kind of got chatting.
Sorry.
I was looking at the clock going, I think I've missed a minute somewhere.
My fault.
10 seconds. You've now done 13 minutes and I have no idea what you should have done. Okay, last 2 minutes and that'll give you a 15-minute warm-up. Hey, that means somewhere in there you've done 2 extra. Amazing. Heroes. Now, I better concentrate for the hard bits, or otherwise that's really unfair. I've just been to my Pilates class and she's useless at watching the clock. She's far worse than I am. I'm watching it really closely this time. You've done 45 seconds. One minute to go. Half a minute. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Nice, easy gear, spin the legs. And the bit we haven't done, as you will have noticed, is the spin-ups that we usually do in warm-up. And this week, we'll make them slightly different. So we're going to do 4 spin-ups. One is 15 seconds and a minute rest. Next one's 30 seconds and a minute's rest. So these aren't quite like spin-ups when it gets to this. The next bit's 45 seconds and a minute's rest. And the last one's a minute. But I'd like you to try and work for those periods of time as hard as you can for that length.
When you say spin-ups, Kath, does that just mean high revs?
Yeah, normally I do like
I
3 or 4 10 to 15, well, 6 to 15 second blasts.
Yeah.
But we've done that quite a lot. So I thought this week we'd do a little bit different. So it's not a strict spin up in that sense, but it definitely should be stressing the top end.
Cool.
And your cadence should be quite fast, and you should be trying to do effectively a sprint. So the first one's 15 seconds, so that's quite short. But then when you get to the last one, it's a minute. So you won't be able to put as much in. You have to think about your pacing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Brilliant. I should clear clock, and I better get the 15 seconds right, or you shoot me. 3, 2, 1, and go. 5, 10, 3, 2, 1, power off. Nice. Now you've got a minute to recover. So spin your legs in an easy resistance so that your system can just get itself readjusted again. Have a quick drink if you need to. And you might feel that you don't need the full minute, but I think by the time you get halfway through the next interval, you'll think that it was a good idea.
I've never complained about too much rest intervals, Kath.
Oh, yes, they do. I get loads of
Oh, I
stuff.
haven't, not me.
15 more seconds.
Is it 30 next? Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. 30 seconds. Halfway through. Well done. Brilliant action coming from both of you. Three, 2, 1, rest. Nice work. So we've kind of slid, I guess, out of official warming up and into something that's a little bit more like part of the session. We've got another half a minute. I get quite a lot of people swimming going, oh, I didn't realise those rests between 200-metre blocks were important, and I've just ignored them because there's no point. And I'm like, ah, there is a point. That's why they're in there.
Yeah.
But you're the swim coach, so you know a lot more about that. 15 more seconds. This time it's 45 seconds you're going for. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Great stuff. That's at 30, 15 left. 3, 2, 1, stop. And a minute. So you've got a last minute's rest, and then you've got a last minute going hard. "30 seconds of this nice rest left." "10 seconds left." Three, 2, 1, and go. Last minute. Making the most of it. Quarter gone. Halfway through. So you're in your last 30 seconds. Ten seconds left. Well done. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Excellent. Spin out, recover. And then, because you all like a bit of variety, do a little bit of just pedaling standing up once you've got your breath back. And
I'll be chained back on.
yeah, that would be good.
What sort of bike have you got, Jill?
Oh, this is an old road bike.
Right.
It's actually way too big for me, but it's okay on a turbo. If I take it out on the road, I have to reach too far.
Right.
I'm comfortable.
Do you then get backache?
I didn't. I mean, I've actually done 2 Ironmans on it.
Oh, wow.
But getting off it. Barcelona, because it's flat the whole way. You're always in the same position. Trying to get off it to do the run was really hard.
Right.
I kind of froze in the position.
What was Barcelona like? I'll ask you actually in another rest period, otherwise I'll just get carried away. So Liz, have you got a static? Have you just got a
Yeah, I
Redstone?
actually got mine from the gym because before lockdown, they were changing all the bikes and selling them off. And I got it
brilliant.
just at the beginning of lockdown, so it's been fab. And it's a proper gym spin bike one. I only paid like 200 quid for it. So
Wow,
yeah, I know.
that's
Wow,
brilliant.
amazing.
Yeah, it's a real heavy thing as well. So it's like
very
this
soft,
job,
Really
so-
heavy. Right.
Well, it means it's not going to topple over or anything, and it's
No,
really
no.
sturdy.
Yeah, no. That's why it's in
Great.
the garage. That's why I'm in the garage, because it's too heavy for inside, really.
Yeah, I can't move it around.
Conservatory, be all right.
Okay, let's have half a minute of pedaling standing up. So for those, Liz, on your exercise bike, try and make sure that you're not putting your weight through your forearms.
Yep.
That you're actually putting your weight through your legs.
Bit of hip action.
Yeah, And probably a bit of muscle strengthening work as well. 3, 2, 1, sit down for half a minute. Well, we do 5 of these. And you guys often seem to find them really easy. And if I have to do them, I find them really hard. But then I hardly ever get off. Well, you, on the back of a tandem, you don't stand up either.
No, I was just going to say, I never do them on tandems, but I do them on stationary ones.
Yeah, because spinning classes stand up quite a lot.
Yeah, you up and down, mixed terrain, they call it.
Yeah. Right. Okay, we're going to do some mixed terrain. We're going to go uphill now. Yeah.
Did you say up? Sorry.
Yep, up.
Up, lass. Up.
Up, class.
I tell you what, there wasn't much getting out of the saddle mountain biking on Saturday around here. I went out with Renelle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, water on ice and slush and
Oh,
yeah.
3, 2, 1, and sit down. Half a
How
mile.
did your friend,
Really good
sorry,
balance practice. Sorry, Liz.
how did your friend get on at Dolby Forest? I think you were saying.
Oh, the lady that was competing a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
She came 5th overall
Oh, wow.
Wow.
out of 90 ladies.
Wow.
Brilliant.
And second in her age group. Well,
Brilliant.
not unusually, the senior vets all beat the normal vets, you know what I mean?
3, 2, 1, and stand up again.
She was really pleased because she's been up and down with viruses and stuff since she competed at
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. One of my friends qualified there as well. I can't remember where she came though in her age group. And she had a really strong bike.
Yeah, I think she's, because she came second in her age group at Bilbao, she's automatically in Worlds.
Right. 3, 2, 1, sit down. And we're doing a bit of bumpy, you know, if we're doing mixed terrain, we'll do a bit of mixed terrain. So let's stand up again. Oh, no, we're going downhill. Sit down. Stand up and put more weight on your right side, assuming your turbo's not going to fall over.
No.
Sit down and drive forwards. Like you're wanting to overtake somebody.
Do a little run when we stood up.
Stand up and lean left if you can. Don't fall off.
Take your hands off.
Well, oh yeah,
I do it when I'm on
experiments for that.
Slapperfest, to be honest. I've been around the corners when I'm on the video thing.
And sit down and relax a bit. I have on screen watched somebody's bike kind of gravitate across the floor. So when you say
Oh,
it's heavy, all right, that's really good. I'm really pleased to hear that. And we also have done some stuff with hands off the handlebars and using your core to keep your position.
Remember that.
But you'll know, Liz, when you can't see your handlebars, it's sometimes really hard to get your hands back on.
Yeah.
So having watched that once, I was like, I don't think I need to do that again. That's not good. So now we'll just do something that's a little more reflective perhaps and not so action driven. I want you to think about the pedal action as you're going round. So just think about your right leg. Jill, if you're clipped in fact either of you, if you're clipped in or tied in, you can use one leg in a bit, but don't use one leg yet. So think about the action of your foot when it's doing the pedal action. So we want to be putting power on. We want to be pushing our foot forward just before it comes to the top of the pedal, the top of the pedal stroke, which means that as soon as you've gone over 12 o'clock, as soon as you've gone over the top, that power can start acting. So you want to be pushing forward. So you're almost kicking into snow after recent weather as your foot's at the top. And then really feeling your muscles forcing that pedal down. And you might need a bit more resistance to get the feel. So we'll just do that, thinking, leave both feet in, but just think about the right foot for half a minute, pushing across the top and then driving down. Because quite often, if you look at power outputs from people, power often doesn't really come on until 2, sometimes 3 o'clock. So you're halfway through your pedal stroke then. So you can see that you're losing an awful lot of power if you don't put it on as soon as you can. Okay, stop thinking and just pedal for 30 seconds. Sometimes it's like... Right, obviously we then want to think about the other leg. One leg is usually more efficient than the other. That's very normal. And we don't want either leg to get left out. So this time we need to be thinking about the left leg. And again, I want you to think about pushing the left foot hard across the top as it gets to the top of the stroke, and then following that through by pushing down really hard. And using your glutes and your quads. So your glutes should be working. They're the biggest muscles, but the quad often takes over. So 30 seconds left leg, thinking left leg. Okay, just pedal. Don't think about either. But next time when I say go, I want you to think about both and really putting the power in right as early as you can. And you might find that you need to put your resistance up. That would be a real outcome. So we'll go in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Think about power. Really think about activating the power as soon as you can on both legs as they reach the top of the pedal stroke. Pushing them forward and driving into that downstroke. Nice. And just ease off at that, stop thinking. Was there any difference at all?
My left leg's stronger than my right, I'm sure.
Mine's the same.
Yeah, and did you find that when you were really consciously thinking about it, you were able to put more power out without?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that shows that there's some hidden potential there that maybe isn't being tapped.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are riding inside and you're bored, because it's not that exciting sometimes, you could spend some time thinking about that. And it's a bit like swim drills. It's breaking down your pedal action to make it more efficient. And one more little bit I'd like to do with that. Liz, are you just got your feet flat on the pedals, or are they clipped in straps?
They're in toe straps.
Brilliant. Jill, are you clipped in?
Clipped in, yeah.
Okay. So I want you to try just using one leg. So you need some resistance, or otherwise you haven't got enough resistance to help you get the leg round. And I'll give you a count in and we'll try 15 seconds. So count how many you do for me. 3, 2, 1.
Did you
go.
take the other foot out? Sorry, I was confused there.
Sorry, Liz. Yeah, take the other foot out.
Right.
Okay. How many, Jill?
15.
And was it smooth and even all the way?
Not bad, yeah.
Yay, nice. Liz, did you get a chance to do any? Because I confused you.
Yeah, I did 8, but I think I've got quite a lot of power on, so maybe I need to take a bit off.
Okay, so we're going to do the left one. So maybe try it with a bit of power off and see what happens. And I'll put some of this in after New Year so that we come back to it and think a bit more about it. I'll give you a count into the next one. I think Jill's already doing it.
I see.
She's having a play. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. 15 seconds on that leg. Three, 2, 1, and ease. How was that, Liz?
Yeah, I got more that time, but I took a bit of power off and
Okay.
concentrated more, and that's my stronger leg. So.
Right. Grand. Was it smooth, or did you find you
Yes.
were kind of catching at the top?
It was catching at first, but then I concentrated more and made it smoother.
Brilliant. Great result. Well done.
Just make you think about it when you know, 1 foot.
Yeah. It makes you, it kind of
Concentrate.
checks in whether the other foot is hiding something, because if you're not doing a full pedal action and getting the power at the top, your other foot can kind of help that foot over if you've got to.
Yeah. Yes, I understand.
But if you've only got 1 foot going, it's got to do the work. What about you, Jill? What was the other one like?
Same number, but not quite as smooth.
Right. Yeah, and you said you knew one side was stronger.
Yeah.
So that's a thing I will come back to, because that's been quite interesting. So there's been quite enough talking, I reckon. You'll be telling me off for giving you too easy a session if we're not careful. So
Yeah, but it's nice to do technique as opposed to
flat
just doing
out.
speed and stuff.
Okay. I will take that to heart.
Especially when there's only a few of us. So
You can think about it a bit more.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely put some of that in after New Year, and I also want to put some cadence work in, because that's quite good for technique as well. It makes your pedaling more fluid and smoother. But at the minute, what we're going to do next is a little quite hard block. So we're going to do a ramp. So we're going to increase resistance like we did to start with, to get you to a point where your effort should be about 7 again, so not speaking easily. And we'll probably do that over 6 minutes because you're warmed up. And then we're going to kind of work really hard for 20 seconds and medium hard for 40 seconds. And we're going to do that for 10 minutes. So obviously you can control your own resistance, so you can judge how hard you want it to be. But if this is put into a bike that's controlling the power for you, it's a hard session. Basically under an overs, Jill, if you so we're around.
That's what I was just going to say. Is it under overs? That's fine. Yeah. So,
so we're about threshold. So we'll start, and we're going to use the next 6 minutes to increase resistance and increase effort. And I'll give you some guidance. So I'll give you every 2 minutes so you know where you're at. So you're coming up for the first minute, so you should be settling in. Should be relatively comfortable at the moment, but fairly warm with quite, I'm not going to turn the metronome on tonight because we do a lot with that on, but you should be around 90 cadence. You should be spinning quite happily with some resistance and generating a bit of heat. We're 1.5 minutes in, so you're a quarter of the way through. And once we've done the 6 minutes, we're going to go straight into 20 seconds hard, 40 seconds medium hard. Because there's no point getting all warmed up and then stopping.
Mini?
Well, not really for these. It's too much of an effort to go from like a dead stop to right up to over threshold.
Oh, yeah, good one.
In my head, anyway. So not that far off halfway. So you should still have a bit of bandwidth to put a bit more effort in. That's on halfway now. So you've got 3 more minutes. And when we go for the fast 20 seconds, they should be hard. So you should need quite a higher cadence, probably a bit more resistance. That initial push is really hard. So you get over the gear, as we say, on top of it. You're able to drive the bike forward. Two minutes left, plus 10 seconds. Getting there, 1.5 minutes. We might get really busy after New Year. We might have New Year's resolutions. But we had 9 last week, which was loads, and then we've had a lot of apologies this week from people who wanted to be here and can't. So we might get crowded out in the new year. Into your last minute. Okay, in 0.5 minute's time, I'm going to give you a 3, 2, 1, and that will be into 20 seconds flat out. And then I'll count you back down through the next 40, which is not a rest. It's just medium hard as opposed to very hard. Three, 2, 1, power on, 20 seconds. Three, 2, 1, ease off slightly, so medium hard. 15 seconds before we go again hard. 3, 2, 1, hard. 3, 2, 1, slightly hard. You got away with 5 seconds less that time. Three, two, one, hard again. Three, two, one, less hard. Doing well. It's a big ask, this. It's a hard 10 minutes. Ten seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, power on. Three, two, one, lessen it a little bit. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, on. Three, two, one, less effort. You're looking great. You're looking like you're doing this really well. And that's halfway, so you're starting to count down, and I don't know whether that makes you cheer or makes you cry. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, hard. Three, two, one, medium hard. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, hard. Three, two, one, less hard. The end is in sight. But 3 more. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, hard. Three, two, one, less hard. Well done. You've got 2 more hard to do. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, hard. Three, two, one, less hard. This is your last one coming up. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, hard. Three, two, one, less hard. You've got another 40 seconds of less hard, but still hard. That's a great description. They're up at about 7 out of 10 instead of 9 out of 10. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Take a well-earned relax. And that is the hard work for the session. We're now on cool down. Have a drink if you need one. Try and keep your legs moving, but with very little resistance, just so the blood can clear muscles. And so that the heart rate can come back down again and everything can just ease off. Well ridden.